I'm going to give you 3 tips to prep for the SAT. If you want to know my experience, I took 2 SATs in my junior year. The first one I got a 1500, the second one I got a 1540. Alrighty, so let's just get straight into the content here. So the first one is to register early. The test slots fill up really quick. For the first SAT I took in December, I waited until October to actually register for it. And by that time, the closest testing station was already full. I had to travel like 8 miles away to actually take the test. So if you watch this video early, like if you're a sophomore this year and you're planning on taking it next year in junior year, you should start to register at like August or something like that. And the second tip to go along with it is to start prepping early. Like I used Khan Academy for practice problems, and there's a lot of YouTube videos out there like this one that prep for the actual SAT. Because when you have more time, then you have more time to explore different ways of studying. Like you can spend some time like working on Khan Academy and see if that type of structure works better for you, or if getting an actual SAT book will help you more. There's also like courses online that you can choose from. One of the video courses I use on YouTube that helped me prepare for the December SAT was Hayden Rhodes' 90-day prep. I stopped like around like a day 10, day 11 because it felt kind of slow. After taking it, I realized I could have skimmed through it to pick up some more valuable advice, which is what I did for the March SAT. And there were some content in there that actually did help, especially like this 90-day prep. There's a lot of value in there, but it depends if you have enough time to actually consume it all, because it's like an hour per video. And another reason why you want to start prepping early is because you want to give yourself the practice to actually soak in all the information. You don't want to cram it all in like a week before the test, because especially the reading section, you actually have to understand the style of the questions that they're asking, so you don't run out of time on the actual test. And my third tip to prep for the SAT is to tackle your weak spots. So I wrote down in a notebook what problems I did wrong and why they were wrong and why the correct answer was right. This actually did help a lot, because towards the actual test day, like a few weeks before, the state of my SAT was around like 650 for reading and 700 and high 700 for math. So I decided to put in the effort and grind on the reading and writing, because I knew that was my weak point. Because most of the answers that I had in my notebook were from the reading and writing section. That's what I did for the December SAT. For the March SAT, I did a different method of tackling my weak spots. So instead of using a notebook, I actually got a spreadsheet, and for every question I got wrong, whether that was from practice or from the actual practice test, I wrote down the style of the question, why I got it wrong, and what I could do to prevent it. This way it gave me some like overarching skills I have to work on to actually like pay attention to prevent myself from doing on the actual SAT. And if you want to listen to some of those tips that I've picked up on, and some more tips on how to actually study for the SAT, click on this video right here. Keep growing.